Kept you waiting, huh? Hello, humans and animals alike, this is Dylus, and welcome to Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko. This is the third and final game in the Gex trilogy, released only a year after the successful Enter the Gecko. This game plays quite similarly to its predecessor, but now there are more characters involved. There are new levels to explore and collect things in, while Gex wears more costumes than ever before. So, there's even more variety in this game than in previous installments. This game is also notably more mature than the previous two games, in large part due to the dynamic between Gex and the new character, Agent Xtra. In fact, the first two Gex games were rated KA, the early version of E for Everyone, while Gex 3 on PlayStation was updated to a T rating. So, yeah, the N64 version removed some of the more mature aspects to maintain an E rating. Yeah, there is an N64 version of the game as well, and unlike Enter the Gecko, the N64 version has a few more substantial changes that are actually worth going over throughout this playthrough. Anyway, I know a lot of you are excited to see me play this one, so let's get into it. So, first off, there are some demos here that we can look at and play if we want to, but I'm not really going to go over those. Something that's incredibly important to note. In Deep Cover Gecko, there are no passwords for saving and loading your game. You have to have a memory card for the PlayStation version or a controller pack for the N64 version. I remember I had to go out of my way to get a controller pack when I got the N64 version of this game. Anyway, with all that out of the way, here's one last tail time for the road as we start Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko.
And that's how the mayor got his pants back. What's this? Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been handed some late-breaking news. Special Agent Xtra, head of the TV Terrorist Defense Unit, and star of many of my private dreams, is apparently missing.
Jerry Springer!
Agent Xtra was last seen wearing 8-inch pumps and a red bathing suit. Her current whereabouts are unknown.
Gex!
Agent Xtra? You poor kidnapped minx.
Hey, Tiger. Guess where I am? Trapped in the media dimension. Rez is back, and he's kidnapped me to get to you. He's attacking your secret island cave.
Hey, speaking of secrets, you want to see my...
Gex, quit clowning around and get me out of here. This place is giving me the creeps. Just dial me in.
You are now being so connected, baby.
Gex, listen up. Keep your watch on at all times so I can call you. Meanwhile, get me out of here. I need you.
Yeah, you and every other beautiful government agent trapped in a TV set. I'm on my way. Slamil, Slamazel, remembering quartering. Hey, that tingles. Let's get ready for the ultimate gecko weapon, baby, yeah!
The tingle means it's working. So, yeah, Agent Xtra is actually a real woman. Yeah, not like that news reporter from earlier. I find it to be kind of jarring, honestly. But, yeah, Agent Xtra is actually, like, one of the big marketing, points of Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko, because she is played by Marlise Andrada. Marlise Andrada, as a matter of fact, was a star on Baywatch, and I think more notably is that she was a Playboy star.
Welcome, sir. Please, come on in. Entering the training area should allow you to brush up on your skills.
And another one of the new characters here, this is Alfred, our butler.
Welcome, sir.
So,
Please, come on in.
yeah, whenever you
Entering the
tail whip
training area
him,
should allow
he
you to
will,
brush up on your skills.
talk to you. Kind of rude if you ask me, but it's better than stabbing someone with a sword to get him to talk.
Press the attack button to tail whack those hideous dummies.
Alright, so we're in the training area, so we're kind of just getting ourselves up to snuff, because it has been a while since our last journey. So we press the attack button to tail whip these dummies that look a lot like Rez. And yeah, of course, Rez is back. He never goes away. Anyway, as you saw there, I picked up some paw coins. These are collectibles that will add an extra hit point if you collect 25 of them.
Sir, jump forwards onto the paw targets.
Alright, now we have a jumping test. So, the thing about Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko, as opposed to its predecessors, is that there are other kinds of collectibles that you gotta be on the lookout for. There are these paw coins, which I have talked about earlier, but there are also these, if we go over here, these B coins. They're bonus coins, which we can use to enter bonus games in the all around the Gex cave.
To tail bounce, press jump again whilst in here to reach higher paw prints.
Alright, now we know about the tail bounce. As you can see, we can't really make that with a regular jump. And it seems like the game doesn't want me to do the tongue grip. Alright, so yeah, we got more collectibles to be on the lookout for. It's not just going to be remotes. Oh, and by the way, you do have to,
Press crouch whilst running to perform a deadly karate kick.
you do have to, tail whip Alfred there to get him to talk, and that will actually allow you to advance through the rooms. Now, there's actually a bit of a mistake here. As you remember him saying,
Crouch whilst running to perform a deadly karate kick.
supposedly just pressing crouch and while running will let you do the karate kick. Yeah, that's incorrect. You actually have to crouch and jump. It's the long jump, basically. Pretty bad mistake there, actually. But yeah, if you've played Enter the Gecko, you probably know about the karate kick anyway. Or if you're the least bit familiar of 3D platformers, okay. If you're the least bit familiar with 3D platforms, you would probably try out a long jump. Alright. And then we do this. And that allows us to get our first remote. Go into the teleporter, and we're back at the hub of mission control. Alright, before I go any further, let me pause the game and go to options. So, from the options menu here, we can fiddle around with the sound stuff. I'm gonna turn the voice up and the sound and music down so we could actually hear Gex. It's kind of difficult to hear Gex sometimes. Then we have Novice View and Expert View. What Novice View does is that, as you might have seen, when we are standing still, the camera automatically swerves to behind Gex. That'll make platforming easier there. But if we go to Expert View, it doesn't do that. So we have, like, a little more control over the camera. Oh, and speaking of the camera, that's a little different too. Let's get this remote and I'll explain the camera controls. So, camera is for the L1 and R1 buttons. If you double tap, you will move the camera.
Stole a gobstopper.
You will move the camera in a like a set 90-degree interval, so north, south, east, and west. If you want to set the camera behind you, you press the triangle button. You can't move while that happens. You can hold the triangle button to get a good look around. And you can press the L2 button to change between 3 different zoom levels. Now, there is kind of a problem I have with the camera, but I'll get into that later. In the meantime...
Sir, 100 fly coins in a level will earn you an extra remote.
Yeah, we're going with the 100 coin system that was just like in Super Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie, so there's that we gotta do.
25 paw coins adds an extra hit paw to your health, sir.
There's the paw coin.
Sir will be able to spend these bonus coins on the bonus games in the Gex Cave.
And...
if Sir must eat flies, I suggest choosing the tongue button.
Alright, there we go. I think I'll turn stuff up a little more. There. Now, unfortunately, there's no way to customize your controls in this game, which is a bit of a bummer, so... in the PlayStation version, the cross button is to jump, square is to tail whip, circle is for the, tongue. I've used that layout for all of the Gex games thus far, so I don't have a problem with it, but somebody might. Alright, so with that, it's time to go into a level. But, I'm not gonna go the obvious route here. Instead, you see these machines here? If we tail whip them, a number comes out of them. Oh yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of Agent Xtra images around here because, well, Gex, let me tell you, just really loves Agent Xtra. It helps a lot that she's also like a Playboy model, so she could do a lot of things, whether they be naughty or nice. However, Gex is in the mood for. Anyway, when we activate 3 of those machines, we open up a secret passage, which leads us to a secret TV. Let's go in.
It's tail time!
Alright, so in the secret TVs, we have to collect fly coins, and we have the option to play as different characters, but we don't actually have them unlocked right now. We can only play as Gex right now. So, in Dial A for Arson, let's go around the city, which is really run down. Oh, hey Mushu Pork! And we gotta get 50 fly coins. Within 3 minutes, of course. Let's see. New Jersey Ilmugu Garden Mistake. Okay. I don't know New Jersey well enough, so, I feel like I should, because it really seems like this game, does it a lot. Oh, also, if we go in here, yeah, I have no idea how you're supposed to know this, but we can find a hidden Gex tape. Yeah, Gex tapes are back. So I'm going to be collecting all of those to 100% the game. So yeah, as you can see, this level is very reminiscent of the previous games in Dragnet. Get your dogs. Beto, 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 Beto. Sorry. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot of graffiti, there's some pigeons roaming around, and not sure if you saw over there, but one of the guys kinda got an axe in the chest. Axe in the chest for Scatman Crothers. Alright, let's see. Loser ass pawnbrokers. Okay, that's pretty good. If there's anything great about Gex, it's the background gags. They are amazing. Alright, we can bounce on these chairs. I mean, they don't look very bouncy to me. But anyway, we're almost at the end. Let's nab these last fly coins. And let's get ourselves a shield. Mark of the Fireman, I guess. Or Fire Gecko in this case. And when we get out, let's check out the hidden Gex tape.
Well, partner, this level ain't big enough for the two of us.
Oh, hey, it's Rango. Yeah, I kinda had to. Alright, so yeah, there was our secret level there. And the episode is kind of running on a little long, so, oh, hey! We could get another extra life if we want to.
Using the tongue button.
Alright, so, yeah, the episode's gonna be going on a little bit long to, handle the poll here. So, we're kind of gonna end things off, well, with this version. I actually want to show you the N64 version of this game and let you know how that version starts. So, I'll be jumping in and out of the N64 version throughout this playthrough, and with that said, I will see you there. Okay, so here I am at the N64 version. It's done by Crave Entertainment, as you can see there. Or is it Crave Plus? So, yeah, we actually have an intro cutscene this time. That's been, retained in this version, unlike Enter the Gecko. Well, Enter the Gecko did have an intro cutscene, but it's just, like, extremely bare bones. And anyway, the emulator I am using for this version of the game is called Ares, or however you pronounce it, but I found this to actually be the most accurate N64 emulator. And I can prove this because through this emulator, I played Enter the Gecko, and that stupid V lighting issue was finally resolved through this emulator. So, thank goodness, that was bugging me a lot. But anyway, we could go into options through here this time. There are actually some noteworthy differences here. As you can see, control pack. We need to use that for saving and loading our game. But if we go to game setup, we have regular analog, precise analog, and relaxed analog. This is basically a mode where you can switch how far you want to tilt the control stick to have Gex running. And finally, there's standard mode and beginner mode. What beginner mode does is that it adds an extra hit point by default, so you'll start off with 5 HP instead of the usual 4. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Something that does bug me, though, is that sound effects and voice are kind of share the same volume here. It's kind of a shame. Anyhow, let's take a look at how the game starts.
Mr. Gex and Agent Xtra had worked together for a jolly long time, solving international mysteries, putting away some very bad chaps. But it all came to an untimely end when Agent Xtra was mysteriously kidnapped. Now, Mr. Gex has dedicated himself to finding and rescuing his lost partner. Without her, I fear he will be lost.
I found those mock headlines in magazines to be quite funny. Nice touch.
Gex. Gex.
Agent Xtra? You poor kidnapped minx.
Hey, Tiger. Guess where I am? Trapped in the media dimension. Rez is back, and he's kidnapped me to get to you. He's attacking your secret island cave.
Hey, speaking of secrets, you want to see my...
Gex, quit clowning around and get me out of here. This place is giving me the creeps.
I'm on my way.
I actually really like that they actually gave Gex custom animations for this one cutscene. That's pretty good. Yep, I'd say this is setting itself up to be a solid port job. So, yeah, more or less things are pretty much the same, but we do have a couple differences. As you saw before, Agent Xtra's, like, FMV is certainly lower quality. I mean, this is the N64, so it's kind of to be expected. They also, funnily enough, they cropped out just enough, yeah, the area where she talks is a square, and they seem to have cropped it up just enough so that you wouldn't see Agent Xtra's cleavage. So that helps in maintaining that E rating. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's activate these machines. I don't know what these are supposed to be. I guess they're just supposed to be some random computers. We open up that secret passage, and we'll enter through the secret TV.
Let's get it on.
So this secret TV, oh yeah, it has rumble pack functionality, but with the controller pack plugged in, I can't be arsed to just switch it out and put it back in and all that stuff. Anyway, this secret TV is actually different in the N64 version. This is Peg Leg Polka. We still have the shield, which doesn't really make as much sense here. But anyway, we're playing as a pirate now. I believe this is the only secret level in the game that essentially reuses a costume from a, what is it? From an existing normal level. So, I guess make it that what you will. Anyway, as you can see here, I am pushing these TNT barrels off the edge here. And I need to get them to this door so it'll bust it open, because we can't do it ourselves because it's locked. And if you're wondering why I keep crouching like that, it's because the control scheme for the N64 version is different, so when I'm using the same controller, it's kind of, yeah, it's a little messed up. The R button crouches in the N64 version, and the L button is the one that does the tongue. You would move the camera with the C buttons. Alright, so now to do one last puzzle down there. Or I don't really have to. Yeah, I'm not sure if they realized how easy it is to just kind of quote-unquote cheese that part of the level. It was the same for the section before it, too. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, there was no, what is it? There was no, FMV, no secret Gex tape in there. Secret Gex tapes are removed in the N64 version, as to be expected. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to show for the N64 version. And we'll be coming back to this version from time to time, unlike in Enter the Gecko, because there are some substantial differences between the two versions. So, with all that said, next time on Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko, it's time to celebrate Gexmas. So, with all that said, thank you for watching. This is Stylus signing off. See you next time.